Good evening, welcome to the second meeting of the year. Today is January 13th, 2025. Alyssa, can you please read the publication?
In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting to be held at the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, has been published in the Home News Tribune on January 5th, 2025, posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board, the Borough website, the front door of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street, South River.
Roll call.
Mayor Gindi?
Here.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Here.
Councilman DeSantis?
Here.
Councilman DeZemian?
Here.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Here.
Councilman Gertenski?
Here.
Council President Seula?
Here. Please stand for a salute. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. We have no proclamations, agenda session. We have four. One of them is on one of our streets, Collin Drive. The other three are all pertaining to the cannabis, which we're going to have for first reading. Second reading will be held on February 3rd. Alyssa, can you please read 2025-1?
Ordinance 2025-1, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending the Borough Code of the Borough of South River so as to amend Chapter 193 entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
Mayor, I move that the council pass ordinance 2025-1 on its first reading by title only, and the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law with a second reading and public hearing to be held at 7 p.m. on February the 3rd, 2025, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, New Jersey.
Second.
Motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2025-2.
Ordinance 2025-2, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 120 of the Borough Code of the Borough of South River entitled Cannabis.
Mayor, I move that the council pass ordinance 2025-2 on its first reading by title only, and the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law with a second reading and public hearing to be held at 7 p.m. on February the 3rd, 2025, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, New Jersey.
Second. Motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilman DeSantis.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2025-3.
Ordinance 2025-3, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending the Borough Code of the Borough of South River so as to amend Chapter 155 entitled Fees.
Move that the council pass ordinance 2025-3 on its first reading by title only. The clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law with a second reading and public hearing to be held at 7 p.m. on February the 3rd by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, New Jersey.
Second.
Motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2025-4.
Ordinance 2025-4, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 350 of the Borough Code of the Borough of South River entitled Zoning.
Move that the council pass ordinance 2025-4 on its first reading by title only, and the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law with the second reading and public hearing to be held at 7 p.m. on February the 3rd, 2025, by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, New Jersey.
Second.
A motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes.
We're gonna go to reports. Bruce?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. The contractor for the 2023 and 2024 roads is stopped for due to weather. The 2023 local transportation projects grant, we are working on the design. The 2025 local aid program, we put together a proposal for that. The substation maintenance work is done. I'm just waiting for the contractors to submit all their inspection reports and testing results to us for review, and then we can close that out. And the annual stormwater grant, we're going to be putting together a new letter regarding that with the deadlines that are coming up, and give an estimate for what it will take to finish the mapping work, which I think is required to be done by the end of this year. I will verify that during the week. Thank you. Any questions I can answer?
I do have quite a few questions, actually. I know that last year I had quite a few roads that I spoke about that were paved. To find out that only road that was actually paved was Leonard Avenue. The other roads, what were done to those roads together?
So the storm sewer's done, the curb work's done. There's one handicap ramp that has to be done, and just the weather set in and they couldn't. When that's done, then the paving work can be done.
Appreciate that, thank you. Council, anything for Bruce? Joe?
Just one item on the agenda, Resolution 58, resolution to join the Mid-Jersey Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. Late November, early December, the borough and 4 of the members, there was 5 members left in Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund, were faced with about a 20% increase. And this is for your workers' comp, vehicles, buildings and property, which was gonna be about $200,000. So all 5 of us got together, shopped around and found the Mid-Jersey JIF at no increase. So all 5 of us left the Middlesex County JIF and went to the Mid-Jersey JIF, so hopefully it saved us $180,000 in the budget. So your resolution is to join that JIF. We dissolved the other JIF because no more members left. So all of us are now with that JIF, which has 13 other members, so it's about 18 of us now. So now they share in a bigger pool instead of 5 of us picking up the tab for everybody, you know. So that's the resolution I have on there. That's it, really. It's the only other one.
I do have a question for you. I am hearing this throughout the whole entire state. All the mayors are talking about it. Health insurance or health benefits have gone up. What kind of impact are we looking at?
So right now, ours went up 19.5%. So that is $40,000 a month or $480,000 a year. So probably the biggest headache that the budget committee is gonna have to deal with is insurance. So we solved the JIF insurance by going to a different one, saving that, but we cannot get out of the insurance we're in. Now, this insurance plan that we're in is about 40% better than the state of New Jersey. So we shopped around in 2016 and 2019. We left in 2016, went to this insurance, which is the Central Jersey Health Insurance Fund. We're saving about 40% from what the state is offering for the same exact coverage. We shopped around a couple of years ago. This is still the best plan, but what we were told is since COVID, whenever there's a pandemic and it ends, insurance readjusts themselves, and this is our readjustment. So a couple of years ago, we had no increase. Last year, we had 5%. Now we got a 19.5%. So you're looking at about $480,000 in the budget. 2% increase in the budget is about $240,000. So this is about 4% right off the bat before we talk about anything else in the budget. So this is going to be significant. I'm glad we solved the joint insurance fund portion of it because that was another $200,000, but this is going to be there. We can't get around it. So that's going to be the biggest headache I think this year.
I appreciate it. Anything for Joe, council? Age?
Just one thing, just finished up the Borough calendar and I'll be going out to the printer hopefully tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, and we'll be getting them by the end of January, and then you can pick them up at 48 Washington, 55 Reed, the library, and 9 Ivan Way.
Anything for Age?
You're closed Monday, right?
Excuse
Martin
me?
Luther King Day, are the office, everything's closed? No?
No, we work.
Okay, just checking.
Chief, police chief?
Mayor, I don't have a report, but I'd like to bring your attention to resolution number 36. My fault that I missed this, but sadly, Joe Aiko, who was one of our 303s, retired from the sheriff's department passed away last week. So, my apologies, we should have taken that name off.
So 36 will pull. Anything for the chief? Fire chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The department closed out 2024 and responded to 472 alarms, all fire-related, which are non-EMS. Tonight, there are 3 resolutions on the agenda. Appointment of fire police, which is an annual appointment. Appointment of Brandon Barber to Reliable Fire Company. Appointment of Charlie Barnes to Reliable Fire Company. Our annual recertification course is already scheduled for this month. Engine 2 is out of service for warranty work to the pump panel, which is being handled by Campbell Supply. All of the units are currently in service.
Thank you. Anything for the chief? Andrew?
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alyssa?
Nothing tonight.
Alright. Councilman Zuniga-Copoulos?
Yes, Mayor, I have a few things. I was appointed the liaison to the Environmental Commission. We met this on the, I think, on the 9th, and meeting went good. We selected a chairman, which is Richard Byrne. They are planning to do a Arbor Day event at Daly's Pond, April 26th, and they're going to be planning a cleanup of different borough, I guess, sewer grates and different things around town, and I'll let you know about that when we get those dates together. And today I also attended an event for Middlesex County. Oh geez, here it is. The RWA, which is the Water Restoration Association, and that affects all the Raritan River area, waters, lakes, tributaries, and all that. And we're working on a plan for redeveloping the waterfront. Arcadia was there, and they are going to be sending a final memo out with the recommendations of what we could do, working with the DEP and the Environmental Commission, and how we could all work together to try to revitalize South River waterfront.
Excellent. That's it. Councilman DeSantis?
Thank you, Mayor. As of January 1st, I was appointed the liaison for the Board of Education. I attended their reorganization meeting on January 2nd, and they swore in the 3 newly re-elected members for their 3-year terms, Renee Bush, Lisa Byrne, and Nicole Sadowski. The board also unanimously elected Cynthia Urbanek as president and Kevin Nielsen as vice president for the 2025 calendar year. So I'd like to wish them all great success in 2025 and beyond. Their next regular meeting will be on Thursday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium and is open to the public. For the Recreation Advisory Board update, we're currently in the winter sports cycle. Basketball program is for children preschool through 8th grade and just started after the new year. We've hired Mojo Sports to run the older group sessions, and Councilman Nazemian, as well as several others, are volunteering their time to coach the fundamentals program for the younger kids, which starts this Saturday. So thank you, Councilman, for that. Our cheerleading program starts at 4 years old and goes up to age 18. Their competition season for the winter has started. I want to congratulate all the teams who competed this past weekend. Both 8U teams and the 16U team took home 2nd place, and the 14U team took home 4th place. Wrestling program is ages 4 up through 6th grade. We're also underway. The matches will start this week, and our only home match for the season is tomorrow at the high school gym. It's our first home match in several years for anyone that would like to attend. Registration for all these programs has closed for this season, but I just want to make everyone aware of what we do offer. Counting the cheerleading, which is year-round, but their winter season is in play, plus basketball and wrestling, we have over 180 children enrolled. So I want to give kudos to Terry and Jessica with the recreation program for getting that together and pushing these programs, as well as all the volunteer coaches for continuing to grow the sports for our youth. Zumba registration opened today, and the classes will begin on February 4th. Classes are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can go to www.southrivernj.org, click Departments, then Parks and Recreation, and you will see a link to enroll. And if you have any issues or prefer not to register online, you can call the office at 254-4412. One need that was brought up in my discussions with Terry is that we're looking for a tennis instructor for the spring session. Obviously, we're not doing tennis now, but the prior tennis instructor moved away. So if anyone knows anyone or anyone is interested, they can email Terry, tchandler@southriverNJ.org, or call the same office at 732-254-4412. And the next Recreation Advisory Board meeting will be Monday, February 10th at 7 p.m. at 55 Reed Street. And residents are welcome and also encouraged to please attend to be a part of this. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman DeZemian, DeZemian.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, I look forward to helping out what I can with the recreation, with the fundamentals. My committees did not meet yet this year, and I have nothing to report on my committees. That's all I have here.
Thank you. Councilwoman Ballas?
Just with the library, I wanna bring up, we haven't, any of my committees have not met yet, but I do keep in touch with what's going on. The library will be closed for Martin Luther King Day. They will also be sponsoring a paint and sip mocktails paint party. This will include painting along with a specific design and sipping non-alcoholic beverages. Drinks and materials be provided. This is for ages 12 and up, but you must register, so I advise everyone who can to please go on the library website. I pulled it up today, and just what's going on, yoga for adults, library buddies time, meditation classes, little learners, Pilates. This is all for nothing. Take advantage of what's going on with the library. You won't be disappointed. Other than that, my other committees will not be meeting until next month, so that's it.
Councilman Krasinski?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, the Office on Aging, we have not had a meeting yet. We're due to have a meeting this January. Right now, this month is a little bit on the slow side. We're still recovering from Christmas and the holidays. And as soon as events start happening, I'll bring them to the attention. The Utilities Committee, which is also on, we have not yet met, and I know that work has progressed as far as battery storage and some of the other projects throughout town. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Council President Seola?
The EDC will be meeting this week, the restructure for the new year. They are planning some events coming up in the spring, so I'll keep everybody posted on the dates. That's all I have.
Thank you. I will hold my comments. I will now open it up to the public. 5 minutes. Give me your name, address.
It's my first time here, so alright, I'm JP Silva. I live at 52 David Street, corner with Lexington. The reason that I'm here is because when I bought my house in 2019, I asked for a parking permit on Lexington. They declined. They said that because my front is on David Street, I have to park on David Street. But there's a fire hydrant right in front of my house, and there's only one spot for one car. Right? So since then I have been parking on Lexington. 70% of my house is on Lexington. Right? I've been parking there. That's the gate that I used to get inside my house and everything. And I got a parking ticket. Right? So yes, I got a parking ticket. I have some pictures here and everything, so you guys can see the house if you want. I got a parking ticket. I called over here. The dispatcher said that I had to go to the municipal place there, the city hall there. I went there. They said that the permit that they give, it's just for Albert Street. That I had to come back over here. I came back over here. They said unfortunately that's what they can offer. It's just to park on David Street. But again, it's just one spot. Otherwise, it's gonna be in my neighbor's house and things like that. So I asked them, what else could I do? They're like, you gotta go to the council meeting and see with them if there's anything they can do to help you out with. So,
Okay, I know there's permit parking on Claremont.
in Lexington.
And Lexington too.
His house is on David.
His house is on.
Yeah, the front is on.
Yeah, I know, cause I live around the corner.
Oh,
Believe
so
me, I know what it's like to park over there. Can he just apply for a parking permit to?
You have to live on Lexington. Claremont.
But with his thing with the fire hydrant, he can only put one car there.
They don't make the laws. So the parking
Well,
permit,
yeah,
parking permit streets are Lexington and Claremont.
Claremont.
doesn't say anything about David. If the residents want to get together and try to get permanent parking for their area, that's something they have to petition to you guys. And once they can petition that to you guys, and if you guys approve that, then you will enforce that. But as of now, the only permanent parking is on those two streets. He doesn't live on any of those two streets, he lives on David.
Oh, you have a side door, we can just try to up them out.
If I can get your information, I will talk with Art, we will figure out what's going on, and then we can report back to you, sir, and we can report back to the council if we have any recommendations or if there is anything to go forward. But that's normally what Art would say while he's sitting here. He's borough administrator, however, he's not here tonight. So if I can get your information, I will connect with Art and we will try to figure out where to go from here.
Alright, cause
Okay.
like I have 3 cars, I don't know where to put them, you know. I have to risk it, you know, like the car's there, I'm like.
I live on Fairview, I know what the parking is like there.
Yeah,
No, Fair,
He's on
David,
David,
Fire hydrants on
David.
David Street, like right in front of my house. Should I give it to like?
Yeah. If you wanna write down your information, you can sit down. If you don't have any other comments, I don't wanna.
No, this is it, I can.
Okay. If you wanna write down your information and give it back to me, I will be in touch with Art and you and we'll figure something.
Will there be anyone else from the public?
This is Joe Donato from 28 Daly Street. First of all, last week I had sent an email to the mayor and to the council, well, most of the council. A few of the email addresses got messed up when I was copying them over, and I apologize for that. About the paving of the streets on Daly Street and the other streets that the mayor mentioned at the beginning of the meeting. I want to thank the mayor and Councilman DeSantis for your response and for being receptive to my feedback. There's another email that I got from the council that was not very receptive to my feedback, and there was a lot of finger pointing and things like that. And that I was not happy to see at all. I was very disappointed. It actually made me a little bit feeling like I couldn't come here and talk to you guys. But I made sure that I reread the email from Councilman DeSantis and Mayor Kennedy to make sure that I felt that. So I want to thank you for that. Real quick, as far as the ordinances for the cannabis sale in South River, I want you to know that personally, I'm all for it. I do think that this should have been put back on a ballot to be voted for by the people of the town. They specifically voted not to do this. And I really feel like we're going against their will by doing this. I know last year when we talked about this, you brought up, Mr. Mayor, a very good point about how the town voted very overwhelmingly for cannabis to be sold in the state. And it just kind of missed the mark as far as the selling it in the town. And you were kind of using that as an example of why it should happen. They're two very different questions. And even in New Jersey, there are towns that sat there and said, oh yes, bring alcohol back, but you can't sell it in our town during Prohibition. So it's not like it's that far-fetched, I guess. I think pot is not used the right words. The other thing that I was looking at with the ordinances, you might want to take a look at the locations that you're planning on zoning for the sale of cannabis. It's a little bit hard for me to kind of read in the ordinance and kind of get a lay of the land as to where exactly it is. But the ones that are on the Causeway and Water Street, so really, really close to churches and to churches.
I'm sorry, somebody called. Close to what?
To churches. It's about maybe like a quarter of a mile from St. Mary's. Okay. And the one on Over's Turnpike, which I wasn't even really kind of see, but it might be close to that daycare that's up there.
Yeah.
So just before you guys, you might want to. I don't know 100% what the laws are as far as how far things can be, but you just might want to keep that in mind. It's something that I'm pretty passionate about. And I've wanted to see this happen for a very long time, but I want it done the right way. And I want it done in a way that I don't want us to rush through something and wind up causing bigger problems down the road. There was one other thing where I think it was in the rules that they would have to follow and things like that. My question is, who's going to be enforcing those rules? Definitely, yeah.
So, let me finish up, I'll give you.
Yeah, and I was more curious. I mean, I think that those are probably the two biggest things with that, those bunch of ordinances that I was kind of concerned about.
So to answer your question, although we're zoning 3 different locations, the way it works is even though we may say yes, the cannabis has to come down here and actually approve it.
Okay.
So we don't have the final word.
Oh, okay.
And to answer your question about the church, you have to be 200 feet away. To answer your question about the school, you have to be 300 feet away. So that may be a problem, what you just said. Now, cannabis, although it's been a touchy subject in the past 2 or 3 years, what I decided to do this year was when we decided to move on first reading, I told myself I'm gonna open it up as a workshop where I'm gonna post it, or we're gonna have maybe 1 hour or so at a location, probably VFW, where people could come in and just talk to me. And we'll go over every little thing you need to talk about.
Well, actually, I'm really good.
I'd rather educate what kind of tax revenue this will bring to your town. I'd rather educate the pros and the cons.
From my perspective, it's a little bit more than tax revenue.
Oh,
I know
it's
that
a whole-
you guys are
telling me it's more than just.
but I'm looking forward to those workshops.
Absolutely. I'm gonna let you do it.
It's not something that I do myself and everything like that, but I found it very, like, the whole concept of it and everything like that has been very interesting to me for a very long time. As I've been following very closely, so it's a little more to talk about.
Absolutely, I'm gonna let you know.
All right, thank you so
And
much.
just for the record, don't ever feel bad to come up, if you have a word, anything to voice your opinion, you come to the meeting. I don't care if anybody here, just you come to the meeting regardless of the circumstances.
I mean, I personally always view feedback as,
Yeah, but just,
and I appreciate that.
yeah, don't ever be bothered. I mean, you got a good father and telling you that, just always come up.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public?
I don't know, just.
Want me to bring the mic to you?
No. By the way, the microphone is not the greatest quality.
Yeah, no.
Just in case you know.
They're fit.
All right, Joe Donato, I live at 30 Daly Street. What my son was saying about construction and all, again, I suggest that when the engineer does his report, it gives a little verbiage of what has been done so far and what needs to be done. So you don't mistakenly say something in public that is inaccurate and people don't know what the heck is going on. That always helps. And when we do it at the county level, we have to have a pretty good report. So if a commissioner was asked what's going on, they normally would be pretty much up to date on what's happening and how far we've gotten, what's left to be done, and if there's any problems. I know why they shut everything down. It was cold and then the asphalt plants shut down. So I know there's more paving to be done. And I did put a request in for the plans and specs. I'd like to see what's actually proposed. Looks like it's got a good idea. But I have a little concerns that I just want to take a look at. In any case, you notice the lights are on.
Yes.
Wait, you're on?
And I understand that it was doing part as to the police department involvement.
I want to thank publicly Chief Martin and
There you go.
and Chief Dan Pumlacher from Cerebral, because they both got together and they're trying to put their foot down on this.
Now that I know that's the answer, I'm gonna put that in the back of my mind, and when it comes up, I'll suggest,
It's
even
not a
though now we
politician,
know
it's
we
the
can,
law enforcement.
that's great, that's
Law
great,
enforcement.
everybody
And
works
then, you know,
together.
it's so funny, one person noticed on Facebook. When they were off, everybody noticed. I
Everybody
saw
noticed.
one comment, oh, the lights are on.
Well, honestly,
It was looked nice the other night coming over the bridge now.
I haven't been across that way for about a week or two, so I'm not even sure they were on. Someone told me, hey, you know, the lights are on.
They were on
It may have been my
They
son.
were on Saturday night, I saw.
Saturday night?
Yes.
Oh, I figures. And then I went.
I think they were working on Friday. Friday they were working
Friday
on
night.
Saturday, they were
Friday
definitely
night.
on.
We
I
were
just
out-
don't
we
know
were
where
out
the
there Friday.
repair came in that took so long,
Looked good.
but it was nice to have them
Let
back
there be
on.
light, right?
Pardon?
Let there be light.
Yeah, any kind of light,
That's
better
right.
than no light.
That's right.
That's true. Main Street and the progress with that, with the state review, I'm not sure where that stands. I wasn't able to speak to the engineer, but naturally I'll keep tabs on that. And crosswalks that, Well, I found out, and I think I might
Yeah, you
email
emailed
it,
me,
which I went to just about everybody except the newest member of the council. Sergeant Flores did an excellent job with his redoing. He didn't do all of Whitehead Avenue, but he did some of it. He did reach out to our office, which our office responded. They wanted to take a look at everything and discuss it amongst the engineers. It's a traffic engineer thing. I'm not one. So that was my recommendation to you of the best way that we can approach it.
It was just, I seen a couple kids trying to cross Whitehead Avenue, and the cars, they were like all over, they came off the ramps, which were there.
So when people cross 85, coming here,
Yeah.
we have everything all laid out. They're crossing between
Yeah, I
cars,
know.
and it's like, no,
It's
you
crazy.
can only do so much. But yeah, certainly, I'll keep the tabs on it and encourage them to move things along.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And I'll always do that, regardless of the slight disagreements we have from time to time. But so that you know that what's going on there. I think I might have mentioned that at a prior meeting, but the notice that went out for the changing of the water meters, the company did not follow up and notify when they were in the area, which is the reason why when the first meeting we had, we said there was poor response. I felt guilty. I said, what did I do? I missed something. And people did not get that notice that we're in your area, we can put your meters in, call up and make an appointment. I just called up and I made the appointment and they did put the meter in. It took only less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes.
In there and out. My question though is, someone was walking around the property, I understand, and that people thought it was a meter reader. They know where to go. I mean, they shouldn't be walking around on people's property.
No, they shouldn't be walking.
Okay, so that is probably unrelated to.
Yeah, there were people going around for siding. They were looking
Yeah.
at people's houses to side.
Siding and windows, I caught a couple of them.
Yeah.
And reported to police because they were supposed to register and get
Oh, yeah.
permits to walk around and solicit.
That's
And that's why
But that's
we
not,
started
it might have been that.
Yeah,
They
we
were
started the no
reminded.
knock. There's an ordinance that we have, that if you wanna register, you get a big sticker for your front door, it says no knock residence, fines will be implemented. And I at the South River Day, we must have signed up 100 people. Nobody really realized that it's available to them, so I've been telling everybody, especially like our seniors, I don't want anybody knocking on their door saying, anything, you need a new roof, you need no knock.
And that's happened in the past.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's happened.
With really bad results.
And the thing is just protecting our residents, especially with this no knock. If you call headquarters, you have a patrolman there, they'll take care of it, they got them out of town.
Well, anytime I see something or somebody that comes up to the house and I know they're just giving me a line,
Melissa has the
I'm on the phone to the police department, just let them know what's going on. Could be innocent, but then you never know.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to check.
Other than that, if anybody has any questions for me, anything else that comes up, that, like I said, I'm willing to help as little as I can. I mean, as little as I'm able to, but maybe I can help in some way. Just let me know.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else from the public?
Byrne, 11 Bissett Place. I'd like to say thank you to Mayor Gindi for appointing me to the Land Use Board. The years I've spent on the planning board, it's fascinating and rewarding work, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue. With respect to the cannabis retail ordinance, the constitutional question did overwhelmingly pass. The non-binding resolution was narrowly defeated. Now, I believe if you had put it on the ballot last year in 2024, just the years I've studied local referendums and such, it would have passed had you put it on last year, just by the nature of the demographics that come out in the presidential year. So, but it was a non-binding resolution, referendum, and it absolutely falls into your purview to do this now. And I've spoken in favor of it myself before you and read the zoning. You've curated it very well to minimize any nuisance type that people might have. And, I had said that B2 business zone at the north end of Old Bridge Turnpike probably the most ideal, because it's got the closest access to the highway. And, I know we approved the self-storage there, but that lot would be perfect for the other ones that I've seen. I've been to the ones in Woodbridge and Lawrenceville, and yeah, I think it's a just overall good idea to be, on the ground floor of this. So, thank you. Thank you.
Julie Maida, 189 Main Street. Happy New Year to everyone. With our appointments for the land use board, I saw that the first meeting will be tomorrow. At the first meeting, will they start, or do you guys already have the forms and applications for any resident? Like, are the forms ready for the land use board, for anyone who needs to go before the land use board?
The applications are ready, yes.
What?
So tomorrow we have one memorialized, tomorrow we have one memorialized, we have reorganization, and we're just gonna talk about the land use. At the February meeting, we already have 3 applications.
So people have already applied to the land use board without the land use board being made?
It's okay, so 2 of them came from the zoning board and one came from the planning board, so they got transferred over to the land use board.
Okay, my next question would be, I know the planning board and the zoning board have 2 separate types of application fees, what are the changes of those?
Would you like? Please? You don't know? I would probably recommend you come tomorrow, hear what the lawyer has to say. Not her.
It would be our land use, would that be Pinelli?
No, it would be Tom Barlow.
Oh, so it would be the planning board, okay. My other question is regarding the classes. I saw, my understanding of how you set it up with your marital appointments was with the class 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or however that is set up. The difference of it on the planning board and the land use board would be that there's no requirement for somebody on the board of education.
There's nothing for land use now. The only requirement on the land use is the tree and shade.
Environmental. Okay. So I guess I shall wait and see for tomorrow's meeting to see what the forms are and the price changes, no?
You can come down, starts at 6 o'clock.
And the applications that have already been submitted, they're just ones that were in zoning and planning?
Yeah, pretty much.
So do we have a new form for the land use?
I'm pretty sure we do, yes.
Tonight's resolution 2025-11, I just want to make note to you that for the League of Municipalities, it also states that 1 member of the planning board and 1 member of the zoning board could go to the League of Municipalities.
We actually just picked up on this afternoon, and I brought it to our attorney. She said you don't even have to worry about it, because it's something that we could just simply.
Okay. Resolution 2225-27 is an appointment of the public agency compliance officer. What is that? The public agency compliance officer.
That would be our.
Every town is required to have one.
Yeah, which.
You have to name one.
What is a public agency compliance officer?
I think he has to follow, Andrew, do you know, he has to follow like state statutes with public safety and all that? It's required for every town to appoint one, so I believe that's what he has to do, but don't quote me on it, but we have to name one every year. Every town has to.
Yes, you do have to name one. Isn't it public safety compliance officer, or is it public agent? It's agency.
It's agency, it's popular, it's his nickname.
And what is that? Do you know?
I mean, I would assume Art would know, but unfortunately he's not here.
I only
I
ask
do not
because
know off the top of my head.
I do see these agendas every year, and I feel like it's the first time I ever saw a public.
And he's on every year,
No.
every single year we have to appoint one, a pop-up
Yearly.
officer, they call it, so it's always on there.
Okay.
I think it's an unpaid position for it, yeah.
My other comment would have been, I saw that, Officer Joe is still on the list for today to be appointed. My condolences to the, Echo family. Officer Joe was a big part of the elementary school, and I know a lot of kids were very upset this week, and the school did good by, offering counseling for any of the kids that were very saddened by this event, so, I know he's been there for, 5 years now? And, also a borough resident, so my condolences to their family. The cannabis tax. Where does the revenue go specifically?
We haven't received any yet, so. What we do, it's gonna go into miscellaneous revenue to begin, if the budget's already adopted, after we establish what the revenue could be, it could be used as a budgetary revenue, or it could stay as miscellaneous revenue. But right now, we don't have any idea how much it could be. So you can't budget for something that we don't know, so we have to wait to receive the revenue first, and then we can, the budget committee can decide what to do the following year with the revenue.
So we've given a few licenses already, correct? Not regarding what we're changing, but we've given a license. Have any of those opened yet?
Just one.
One thing.
She just started,
This year or
This
last
year.
year?
she started selling this year.
So nothing has come in yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it until the end of the year.
So it's a quarterly thing, and who's gonna be in charge of enforcing the quarterly? I understand everybody knows how to file their quarterly sales taxes, that goes to the state. Who's gonna enforce it within the borough?
Probably going to see it.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody better to do it. I'd like to give it.
Finish up.
And then I also wanna say, just quickly, 2 more things. We're appointing a new, administrator assistant, would that be kind of what Dawn is doing, or
I'll talk
something
about it.
else?
It's something else, I'll talk about it in my comments.
Okay, and then on January 1st, you guys, did your resolution regarding council meetings. So I made a big fuss a few years ago when we gave you all raises, me included, because the council got a little raise. And we went from 21, yeah, you got a raise a few years ago.
Let's go.
We went from 21 meetings to 18. This year we're going to 14 meetings. Do we not need to be up here to run the council, to run the town, pay the bills?
It falls under the paying the bills within 30 to a month. That's what the law states.
So we go from 21 meetings to 14. But that's all we need to be up here.
Julie, you're doing a good job.
It was just a question. I think we're all here to serve the borough. We keep saying we're gonna move forward, and then we just, minimize the amount of time you have to be up there to actually do your job, so,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else from the public? First call, second call,
Motion to close public.
motion by Council President, Seola, seconded by Councilman, Jenny Couples.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, we're gonna go to memorial appointments, environmental shade and tree, Emily Grasso, Sherry Garrison, Anya Pompey, which is a junior from the Southwood High School. Richard Byrne being our chairman, as of for the Mayor's Advisory Committee on Housing, Dave Krupacki, Raymond Bazak, Jimmy Jones, and Dan Anya. For the Land Use Board, we have Cedric Alino, Monica Almeida, Bob Bodak, Richard Byrne, Christian Alado, John Frost, myself, Councilman John Nikopoulos, Jess O'Hara, and Donna Zaman. And for OEM, Office of Emergency Management, you have Joseph Savini, our OEM coordinator, our deputy OEM coordinator, Chief Mark Tenenigan, and Peter Sokansky. We're gonna go into consent resolutions. I'd like to have pulled 32 and 36.
No, we're just gonna pull
No.
Joe.
So you're pulling 32 completely, but you're reading 36 separately?
No, I'm reading 32, because I have to change the name,
Okay.
and I'm reading 36, because we have to pull the name.
Okay. Whereas Resolution 2025-01 authorizes the Borough Council to utilize a consent agenda to adopt various resolutions that are routine and non-controversial in nature at one time. And therefore be it is hereby resolved that the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the Borough Council in whole as if the same were individually acted upon. Consent resolutions 2025-10 to 2025-67. 10, authorize the Borough Clerk to administer all 2025 legal games of chance licenses. 11, approve NJLM conference attendance. 12, cash management plan. 13, signatories on financial documents. 14, interest on delinquent taxes. 15, authorize execution of NJDEP sanitary sewer extension applications. 16, appoint borough auditor. 17, appoint public defender. 18, appoint special tax counsel. 19, appoint bond counsel. 20, appoint employment labor counsel. 21, appoint electrical engineer. 22, appoint insurance risk manager. 23, appoint health benefits risk manager. 24, appoint information technology services. 25, appoint PACE analytical services. 26, appoint Middlesex County Transportation Coordinating Committee Representative Mayor Designee. 27, appoint Public Safety Compliance Officer. 28, appoint Central Jersey Health Insurance Fund Commissioners. 29, appoint Public Power Association of New Jersey Representative. 30, authorize power purchase and sale agreements. 31, appoint Public County Solid Waste Advisory Committee Representative. 33, appoint Recycling Coordinator. 34, appoint 2025 School Crossing Guards. 35, appoint Special Law Enforcement Officers Class 1. 37, appoint Fire Police for Southern River Fire Department. 38, authorizing the submission for the Middlesex County Enhanced Recycling Grant. 39, authorize pet licensing late fee waiver. 40, appoint Watershed Management Area 9 representative. 41, appoint Middlesex County Urban Forestry Advisory Committee representative. 42, appoint Instrumentation, Automation, and Computer System of Water Utility. 43, appoint CME Associates for Water Treatment Plant Engineer, non-electrical. 44, appoint CDM Smith for Water Treatment Plant Engineer, non-electrical. 45, appointment of Brandon Faber as firefighter to the Southern River Fire Department. 46, appointment of Charlie Barnes as firefighter to the Southern River Fire Department. 47, authorizing the requisition of funds for payment to the custodian of school monies. 48, property tax refund for a total disabled veteran for 6 Lions Street. 49, property tax refund for a total disabled veteran for 63 New Street. 50, property tax refund for a total disabled veteran for 17 Shinepine Avenue. 51, approving submission of a grant application to the Road to Zero Community Traffic Safety Grant. 52, approving submission of a grant application for a local recreation improvement grant. 53, authorizing transfers within the 2024 budget. 54, authorizing contract renewal with Opsolve LLC for the period of January 1st, 2025 to June 30th of 2025. 55, appointment of 2024-2025 winter recreation employees. 56, appoint Board of Health members. 57, appoint members to Parks and Rec Advisory Board. 58, resolution to join the Mid-Jersey Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. 59, appoint Mid-Jersey Municipal Joint Insurance Fund representatives. 60, appoint members to Economic Development Commission. 61, authorizing the renewal of various contracts. 62, authorize certain utility refunds. 63, authorize bills and claims list. 64, authorizing appointment of part-time administrative assistant. 65, authorizing appointments in the building department. 66, appoint PACE Analytical Services for Water Treatment Plant Engineer, non-electrical. 67, appoint PACE Analytical Services for Water Operator.
There's your motion.
Resolution.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, second by Council President Seola.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes, with abstention on number 63, bills and claims 24-03454.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes, with the abstention of 37, 45, and 46.
Resolution 2025-32. Resolution authorizing appointment of the local emergency planning committee for the Borough of South River. I, Peter S. Gindi, Mayor of the Borough of South River, with the
Make a motion to waive the full reading.
Alright, thank you. A motion by Council President Seula, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas. The reason I had this read separately is because Bartlett Densky is not the O&M director anymore, it's Joe Zadini. So if we could change the names.
Does anyone want to make a motion?
Motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Council.
And therefore be it is hereby resolved that the mayor, council of the borough of South River in the county of Middlesex, state of New Jersey, the public be excluded upon the hereinafter specific subject matter, and that such subject matter to be discussed is as follows: property acquisition. Be it further resolved that such record of the above discussion will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. The Borough Council, the Borough of South River Mayor may not take formal action at the conclusion of the executive session.
Motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas.
Councilman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes.
The light over here.
I'll ask Andrea.
Department, you gotta know it.
Second.
Motion to open by Councilwoman Ballas, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, governing body comments,
Mayor, before we get to governing body comments, I just wanted to answer Ms. Maida's question about the public agency compliance officer. I looked it up. It is an officer that you do have to name every year, and what they do is they do compliance with bidding. So they make sure that your agency complies with all of the bidding laws. And that's really it that they do.
thank you. Alright, we're gonna start with Councilman Gertenski.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to thank all of our public service workers, our police, fire department, DPW, and Robert Wood Johnson. We've had a little bit of snow, thank goodness we dodged a bullet this one so far, so let's keep our fingers crossed. There's enough salt on the roads to make you think it snowed, but with that, I'm just telling everyone to please be careful. There are some icy spots out there. It does freeze over. Watch out for children, even though they aren't out there that much anymore because of the weather. But have a great, safe, and be careful. Thank you.
Councilwoman Ballas.
Again, with the snow, like you said, it was easy enough to move. I'd just like to, I know everybody pretty much knows where I live. Just please watch where you're parking. No driveways, nobody's front sidewalk. In the yellow, why we have to have all those cones when obviously you cannot park in the yellow zone. Now they're getting damaged, so what, they're getting run over now. They were all broken up on Davis Street by the football field yesterday, so. Just have some common sense. You're not supposed to park there. The kids are getting let out on both sides of the cars now. So in the middle of the road on Johnson Place also. You can't park there. End of story. Someone's gonna get hit. And then they're gonna say, we're responsible. We have done everything we can to tell you, you can't park there. That's all I have to say, just be careful out there. Thank you.
Councilman DeZemian.
Again, thank you to our fire department, the police, the fire department. A couple fires that I was able to get to, being notified. They do a great job in the town. People drive safe. Someone had mentioned to me about cars idling at businesses. You're not supposed to be. There's signs up, but just everybody be aware that if you go somewhere, when you park, just don't park your car, you shouldn't do that anyway, with your car running, but people do it, and just going into, the store, get what they need to get. Other than that, that's all I have there.
Thank you. Councilman DeSantis.
I just want to bring up a point. I've read some things about the new water meters and people's bills being higher because of the new meters. Your bill would not be higher due to the new meter. So there's very little variance based on the new meter. It's not the actual new meter being more strict. If you were getting estimated bills forever long, your bill was wrong. So therefore, you could have been paying over or under for a long time. Some people haven't gotten an actual read in years. When you get your first actual read, that is going to correct your bill. And you may get a large credit, or in some instances, a large bill. That is correcting the estimated bill you were getting. The average water bill, residential in South River, is $240 per quarter, which is $80 per month. Now, obviously, there's several factors: how many people live in the home, their habits, if you have a pool, if you have sprinklers and irrigation, etc. So that being said, your bill is now correct, and it's adjusted to correct. Going forward, it will then be read automatically and exactly accurate. So the idea that the new meter is overcharging you is just not correct. Now, if you do have an exorbitant bill and you want someone to check the numbers, they can. But please understand that in the long run, this process will create a more streamlined billing process, and that down the road, you will eventually get one bill that covers all the utilities, making it easier to follow and pay and execute. So again, bear with us as we go through this, but we will come out better afterwards. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Giannakopoulos.
Yes, yes, Mayor. I'd like to start by saying again, thank you to the residents of South River for putting me in this seat. I'll do my best to get things done. Probably not gonna hit all home runs, but I'll get some first bases and maybe steal a base or two. But that's it. I'd like to also just say thank you to the police, fire, DPW for doing all you guys do in town. And tomorrow night is our first land use board meeting with the new land use board. If anyone is interested, come on down and check us out. It's gonna be right here in this building. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Seola.
Yes, thank you. First of all, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Hill family for the loss. And I just want to say, thanks again to the emergency services. They did a great job at the house fire the other day. Thank God we didn't have the high winds, because they could have been similar to what California had, or has, I should say. And just want to thank our DPW guys too. They did an excellent job of clearing the roads, salting them. I mean, thank God we only had a little bit, but the salt was out, and the roads were clear before school started that day, and it was an excellent job. So please extend thanks to the guys, and even our electric and water. They kept us up and running during all the wind. So again, thank all the guys for their hard work. That's it.
Thank you. I want to first of all welcome all the board members that got appointed today to all the boards. I know we have a lot of work ahead of us. Every person counts in moving South River forward. One of our consent resolutions, number 64, is a part-time administrative assistant. What that is, our December council meeting, I brought up as a suggestion, since we were running into a major problem with all of our billing, since the billing company hasn't sent out any bills for quite a while. We were gonna have what you call a dedicated person that's gonna deal with it, one person, to deal with all the residents. It's not gonna be an easy job. They're gonna basically handle the phones, they're gonna handle customer service, they're gonna deal with all of it until we get this billing on board. The good thing about it is the person that we have interviewed is not only bilingual, but she's also Portuguese and Brazilian. So she has the ability to pretty much across the board help anybody as much as they can. So we're looking forward to trying to straighten this as much as we can. So if you have any questions, I know it's not going to be an easy process in the beginning because she's going to get obviously trained, but we are going to get this resolved in an adequate order. Ice buildup, as Council President has brought to your attention, it's cold out there. and there is a lot of ice all over the place. Please call. Don't go on social media and complain about it, because this is useless. This means nothing to me. Call and let us know where the location of the ice field is. DPW will go out there and salt it. And believe me when I tell you, I've had several people already call me directly. They were out there before I even had that opportunity to hang up that phone. As far as cannabis, yes, we are bringing it back. Hopefully, passes. But before that, we are going to have a workshop meeting where I'm going to open it up to the residents to come and voice their opinion. I will be the one hosting it. I'll be the one talking about it, explaining what the pros and cons are. I haven't set a date for it yet, as well as a location, but it's probably going to be within the next week or two before our next council meeting. So please look forward to the announcement. Sorry, thank you. To the Ico family, this police officer was one of our first SLEO 3s, and he's going to be surely missed. He has done a lot for this community. The love for that shield has been more than just being a SLEO. He served as a Middlesex County Sheriff, as well as a police officer in another town. So please keep his prayers with you, with everyone for that matter. And most of all, LA. I know LA is going through a huge devastation. You happen to know this, because my family actually lives out in LA. And believe me when I tell you, every single day I'm on the phone. We are putting together a lot of clothing, stuff just to send it out there to help people out. It's not an easy process. It's still going, and it's going to continue to go. Hopefully they get some type of rain in the near future. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for coming to our meeting. Happy New Year again. Stay warm, and most of all, please check on your elders. If you have your neighbor that happens to be an elderly, knock at that door. Make sure that they're safe. I urge you. Seniors are our priority as well as his kids. Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion by Council President Seola, seconded by Councilman DeSantis.
All in favor?
Aye.
I don't